Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D4X today, like I do most weekends. This might be the last time I stream on this computer. I'm kind of looking forward to it. This computer's a piece of shit. Uh, all sorts of problems. Crashing, all sorts of things. Programs crashing, not the actual computer. Rebooting, though, is quite a challenge. So, yeah, it is struggling. Anyways, what are we doing? What do we got? Oh, I didn't hit play. Oh, because we can't. We got bugs. We got to deal with. So I'm making a 2D4X game, which is a strategy game. Nobody knows what 2D4X is. And yeah, we set up a save system. There's a couple of things we still need to add to the save system, but before that, we had to fix some other things, which one of them is I used to have two different types of heroes. So like think of Heroes of Might and Magic, where you have heroes that like move around. This is a post-apocalyptic game, though. Your heroes that move around that move your armies, and I had one that was an army and one was a hero, and I've decided to get rid of those, and that's what we got to fix. We've been going through and fixing them, but I can't test it while there's errors, so we're gonna have problems, more bugs later once we've fixed all the errors, and that's basically what we're doing today. I'm running a little late. I actually slept in. I never sleep in. I've drank this much of my coffee so far too. So we got to do that. Drink my coffee. So what the fuck is this? Okay, so reach destination is when your token is moving on the map, the token of the army or the hero, I guess. It runs this reach destination method. And what it looks like we need to do is fix this so that it checks to see if they're at war. Instead of when I originally set this up, I was like, we'll just have armies, and if it's an army, it will go to war. But I mean, sort of. But I don't like that anymore. So we're doing this a different way. So now we have to do it like we have to check to see if the faction is at war with the person when they are at the enemy faction. So in here we do have. So for this, we got to have two different factions. We have to have the destination faction, and so we have, it's under faction data. What is it called? I did this yesterday. We used it a bunch, and I've already forgotten what it's called. I think it's under, it's under diplomacy. Diplomacy dot is faction at war. So we'll change this to faction ID. What are we passing in here? No, we need to get with, cut this, with faction data. We put this puppy in there. We're going to bring this down here. And actually, this is right, I think. Destination, oh no, it's close. It's close. Do we know already? Destination county. Oh. We do, we still use this? I guess we do. Wait. Are we still using that? I thought we were having an issue. Stingle Wings, how's it going? Sorry, I'm laughing at the Jared thing. Are we still doing this thing? I thought we well, it works. I thought we got rid of this, did away with this, because we had two different. It would have thrown errors because we had two different lists. Maybe I just talked about getting rid of it and never did. Learning to draw, my grandmother was a painter, and so was her husband, which I never met that dude. It was not my grandfather, but like her second husband or whatever. And so she's like, oh, you're left-handed. And, you have the artist gene. She's always trying to get me to become an artist. And I have a bunch of books on how to draw. And yeah, every time. It's kind of like programming, actually. I would get demoralized really quick. you got to like stick with it for a long time to see any progress. You know, at the beginning, it's really difficult to draw anything, and yeah, it's where I think I got something I need right there. So we can do this, I think. Actually, have we already changed? No, we have the destination county right here. So the thing it suggested was correct. Is this a... Yes, so we can go faction... wait. Yes, faction ID, destination county, faction... Oh, this is... We don't have the county data yet. Faction ID. What type of things are you trying to draw? Doing what do they call it? Still life? Naked ladies? I don't think that's still life. I think still life is like vegetables and fruit and shit. I've known a couple of different girls who did the posing for artists, you know, classes and things. Character designer? What do you mean? Are you drawing with your hands or with a computer? So this hero reached enemy county. Armies and county list. I think we did it. Oh, wait, we have this thing. I thought we fixed this already. Where is this being used? Right above us? Yeah, so what does this do? Reached neutral county. We renamed this yesterday. Getting better with hands to transfer to computer. Translate to computer. That's a lot of... You have a lot of hobbies. You're going to be quite a Renaissance man soon. So this should be added to, like, there's a visiting hero list. Your skills with JavaScript are unparalleled. That's, I don't know. Your, what do they call that? Not horsemanship. Maybe it is just horsemanship. I thought there was a fancier word for horsemanship. Unparalleled as well. Crystal, how's it going? How's your Sunday? Oh, I got a typo in here. Equinery? Well, so that would work. Because if you own horses and you don't ride them that much, equinery that would work. All right, why is this all commented out? Okay, I know why. All right, we're going to have to fix this too. We're going to throw this exception at some point. It looks like I have this inside itself. Bits, I don't have a... I think it's because I'm not a whatchamacallit. An affiliate or whatever. Or can you have bits without being an affiliate? Yeah, I looked on my other, not on purpose, but whenever I stream on my other channel every once in a blue moon, and it always says like, you should become an affiliate again. And it's like, man, it doesn't like know that I was, and I got rid of it. Oh, you can get subs without. So I don't want people to have to pay for it. Well, I guess subs would be okay, but they take 50%, and it just seems like, you know, I don't know. I only subbed to like two. I think I subbed to Crystal and one other person, and the other person stopped streaming. And it's like, wow, take that $2.50 and spend it somewhere. Spend it somewhere. Go to the racetrack with that. Have you guys ever been to a racetrack? It's surprisingly unfun. Yeah, that must be something new. All right, what other errors have we got here? We have one more. This is in the population description control. Check for army recruitment button. If the token is moving and doesn't belong to the player, this disables the ability to turn it into an army. Well, we don't have armies anymore, so we probably can just get rid of that. You do? You have great memories? Man, I had a girlfriend that wanted to go there really bad, and we went. I think we only went once. And it was not fun. We didn't have that much money though. We only had like $20. We were poor. And you know, you think that you're gonna win a lot of money from like movies and stuff. Like you go and you're like, I want to bet on what a dancing pony or whatever. And they're like, the odds are 1 to 1.2, and you're like, well, what do I get? Well, you get 20 cents with this bet. You're like, oh, you have to get the trifecta, and then the trifecta is fucking impossible. So, all right, what is this? Army leader recruit button pressed. Open confirmation panel, and we're passing in true. Okay, so we don't need this anymore because this was a thing that we did once again when we had armies, and we can get rid of this thing too. Armies and yeah, see, it's the you gotta hit the trifecta. That's impossible. That's your odds are so low on that. I don't know, the whole thing too. It's like the middle of the day. I think drinks are really expensive. Trying to think. Everyone there kind of looked like a degenerate gambler. Nobody gave a shit about actually watching the race. They were just standing around waiting for their money, or lack of money, I guess. All right, let's see what we've done here to the game. I'm not getting any errors, just clicking around. That's a good sign. Let's look here. All right, this is gone, but we did get a bug here. So let's see what this thing is. Did that appear? Where did that appear? Okay, it's when we open up this one. Yeah, I grew up in San Diego, and there's that racetrack there. I fucking can't remember the name of it. Del Mar racetrack. Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, this doesn't exist anymore. And in fact, oh wait. Army leader title. Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore, but let's make sure it doesn't exist up here as well. This thing has a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this completely. We're not going back. We're never going back. We're just going forward. We have one error now, so that's hide this puppy. Do it. Get rid of it. And then we should delete it out of here. We're just going hardcore, too. We're not fucking around. We're just deleting stuff. I thought we already did delete. We probably did delete it, and that's why we're getting this error. I think we did yesterday. LA has a bunch of tracks. Yeah, there's a whole thing. There's a whole like history of that racetrack. It's interesting, but I can't remember any of it because my shitty ass memory. All right, so that was thrown in error when we went to one of these guys. We need to move this button. It looks dumb as shit over here. Centered would be the spot, but they're gonna accidentally hit close all the time. Maybe we just say fuck them. Them being the player. What happens if we click this button? It works. I don't know why I'm so shocked. Yeah, maybe we didn't have fun because we didn't have any money. That girlfriend always wanted to do expensive stuff, and we never had any money at all. Like, I've never been so broke in my life. That's the girlfriend. I mentioned this probably 100 times. I feel like there used to be this deal in San Diego where you can get, for $20, you can get like a large cheese pizza, spaghetti, and all this other Italian food. It was like food for like days. And you just had to have the coupon, but sometimes if you didn't have the coupon, you could just say, please, can I have that deal? And I always think back to how inexpensive that was for like ordering out. You know, let's unpause this shit to make sure that also, I feel like I just pressed spacebar and it didn't do anything. Yeah, so the $20 thing was like a big deal to us getting. And I don't think we had any money when we went. Yeah, going to places that cost money when you don't have any money is not really that fun. All right, so everything's working, it seems. Of course, there's going to be bugs. We got to declare war on somebody. We haven't even set that up. So, oh, well, here's a bug. We're missing our thing that was here before. So let's figure out what's going on there. We need it to instantiate. We fucked with it a little bit yesterday. We wrote it and then we fucked with it. Well, we don't need that. Oh, yeah, we needed to target faction. What was I doing with that? Oh, right. We needed to... No, I don't remember. Oh, my God. I've rolled over. I've been to Vegas a couple of times, and we had fun in Vegas. And we came up with all these rules, like... I think 3 days is the max by far of staying there because it gets old pretty quick. We had this other rule. No, with money. We had not a lot of money, but you could go to, there used to be casinos that were cheap. And the other rule was if one person is winning, they have to give 10% of their money to the other person. And I know that sounds crazy, but if there's one person who's losing and they lose all their money right away, they're so bored and they make it miserable. So if there's one person who's a fucking loser, now if there's one person who's lost all their money right at the beginning, who's had some terrible luck, they get some 10% of your winnings so that they can go play slots or something. Because man, having somebody just like follow you around and bitch and moan is the worst. But yeah, we usually played like blackjack and shit like that. I didn't play poker back then. If I would have known, I would have learned how to play poker ahead of time and play poker. So now I think we talked about this. Play poker with my friends and stuff sometimes. All right, what is going on with this thing? We have our diplomacy matrix. We have that diplomacy button. I think we're missing. This is the H box. It just gets the children. I think we have one more diplomacy thing. Is it this guy? So this was what we were working on. This is it right here. So what happened? Adjust, generate war matrix. For each, I wonder if it has something to do with, oh, we might need to run the game and save it. I didn't read all of the total tease part. Yeah, I can see that. We used to play roulette too, and they used to have like 10-cent roulette tables in the more rundown. Oh, I went to Vegas with that same girl where we didn't have any money, and we were taking like a cab ride from somewhere, I forget where, and the cab driver was like, we said, what's a like cheaper casino? And He's like, oh, I know the one. And he drove for like 45 minutes. I have no idea where the fuck he took us. And to this rundown casino. And we went in, and the casino, like, security immediately told the guy he wasn't allowed to. The cab driver came in the casino with us. And the security came and was like, you're not allowed in here. Get the fuck out. And they had like 10-cent slots and stuff. It was definitely more our scale, our not slots, sorry, roulette and whatnot. You know, you get the free drinks. I don't know if do they still do the free drinks? So let's restart this thing. I think we need to redo the save game is what we need to do. Start menu, play this scene. It's crazy that we asked for a cheaper. Okay, so we got a bug here. I bet you it has something to do with those 2 DTOing from. Oh, it's crazy that I asked about the free drinks. Yeah. Yeah, here's our bug. This is the thing I couldn't remember. Return faction DTO. This is the very end of the list. In diplomacy matrices. This is 2 DTO. What happened to our little thing up here? Usually it shows what method you're in. What's this thing's problem? Field can be made read-only. $8 for a 7-Up? Holy shit. Oh yeah, every time I've ever been there, this is once again back in the day, we would get shit-faced. I think this is wrong. Wait. Because we have this down here. I don't think we need that. I think this is. Let's look in the faction DTO. Yeah, I went with this other girl once, and I think it was a roulette. So she wasn't old enough to gamble. So I was like 22 and she was like 21 or something. And so she wasn't allowed to gamble at the table. She could stand there, which must have been so fucking boring. She was like 20 and I was like 22. And so she stood there for hours while I sat at roulette, and I got so fucking shit-faced I could barely walk because of the free drinks. You could smoke in there too back then, so we were just chain smoking. Oh, they gave me free cigarettes too. Chain smoking with like some woman hanging on my arm the whole time. It was pretty. That was pretty fun, except for the fact that I was completely obliterated by the time she went to bed eventually. It was hours of roulette. Hours. And I started with like $100, like to my name, to go gamble, and just kept playing. And then when I left, I remember I remember she's like, how did you do? Like when I'm stumbling down into the room to keel over, and I was up $16, and I was like, had him gripped in my hand. $16 from when we started. It was, but I mean, all those free drinks and free smokes and stuff. Anyways, it was fun, but I don't recommend it. You are throwing away your money. We threw away the rest. We threw away that money later. I don't remember on what. I don't remember why she would want to go when she couldn't gamble either. That sounds like a terrible, terrible time. What were we doing here? Oh yeah, we're fixing that thing. I deleted that. I don't think that's okay. So we're going. This is 2 DTO. So we're pulling this from. Now I've lost it. Yeah, what happened to my thing up here? Usually when I click in It was like one of the things I really liked about Writer was that when you clicked into this method, to any method, it would show what method you're in when you scrolled past it. So we have, what is this error? I didn't even look at it. Yeah, $8 for a 7-Up. Yeah, I hear that they've changed it to be like more family oriented, and back then it was not family oriented. There's like fights and shit breaking out. Um, and even the upscale ones. Yeah, that's. And there's all those. Well, you went there recently. Did it seem dead to you? Because there's all those articles saying that it's completely dead. Throw invalid operation exception. Collection was modified. Huh. I don't know if I've gotten that error before. So once again, we go through all of them and we add it to the DTO. I think it was because we had that thing up there. Let's just run this thing again and see what happens. I was about to say, hey, we didn't get any bugs, but I haven't clicked the button yet. Yeah, so I recommend hey, it works again. Vegas to experience it, but I don't think that it's the same as it was like we were just talking about. Like I don't think it's the same as like the grungy, not grunge, the music style, but like the grimy part of it is like all gone now, and it's like a family paradise. It used to be like Leaving Las Vegas style, like you watch that movie instead. Okay, so what we need to do now here is make this button. Oh, look at that! It's so funny that I didn't do this because I actually thought, oh, the first thing we should do is have it clear this. And then I didn't do it. Basically, it's recreating all these, but what we need to do is make this declare war button work. So let's go back and clear those things first. That was under, what did we call it? Diplomacy control. Generate war matrix. Clear war matrix. And then we'll need a, do we have one? We do. We'll need to skip the first one. Yeah, we'll need to skip the first one. Whoops. For each. What are these things? They're like H boxes. What am I calling them? Diplomacy. It actually doesn't matter. Oh, you know what I didn't? Did I click this thing? I did click it, but I didn't double check that this was working. I always double check YouTube because it's my little chat thing is unreliable. I think it's working. There's like 10 of these fucking things. It's supposed to automatically connect the chat for YouTube, but it doesn't seem to work reliably. I know I'm positive I already clicked this, but reconnect it. Let's double check that this thing is working here. And double check this thing. All right. Then go back to over here. So we'll just call it HBox. Who gives a fuck? hbox container in get children, but is it this? No, we need that thing that was on my clipboard. And then what's your problem? We probably want to cast. Yes, we want to cast this. No, no. Get your fucking, there we go. No, it said use explicit. Yeah, okay. Cast. Like, we need one of these as an hbox. And then we go hbox container, remove child. We don't need to remove the child. Come on, man. We just can queue free this shit, I think. Except we want to skip one. Skip. Skip. Maybe we have to do it over here. You can skip one. I know you can. I don't remember where. Dot skip. There we go. 0. We'll skip 0. Let's test that. Can we run it from here? We should be able to run it from here. Play is currently, no, sorry, to main. But we just had to have the correct save. We had to recreate the save game. Because it should pull everything from the save game. We did not skip 0. Okay, we need to skip 1. I was thinking skip 0. You know, you guys know what I was thinking. We're going to do this again. Yeah, there's a bunch of things like that. I remember you say, since you're from LA, you probably will find this amusing. We had heard about Sunset Boulevard being like a crazy place to go, so we drove up there. Me and my friend did, and it's just a normal street. just a normal street. All right, now we need to connect these signals, which is what we commented out here. Now, why am I passing this in? Okay, we are passing in so we go through all of these, then we connect war button signal. I was passing this in, but I don't, we're passing in this button. I think I wanted it so I could use this again. I'm not sure why I was writing a method for that. So what was the plan? So we had to go, if you click that button, let's do this a different way here. And we can make it a method if necessary. So we need a plus, pressed. Fingers, please work. Pressed, lightning bolt, plus equals. So then we need to run. So if this thing is pressed, if this button is pressed, we need to pass in. This is actually what it's suggesting is what we want. We need to pass in a thing. This is why we had that that target nation or whatever. It's all coming back to me. What did we call this? Target faction data. So we're going to also, when we do this, we're going to, for each one, diplomacy matrix, we're going to pass this. We'll do it right here. Diplomacy matrix target faction data will equal exactly, because I don't think this is just I know what it is. Diplomacy matrix. Yeah, exactly. So now we're gonna have a faction ID attached to this thing, and then we're going to I don't know if we need to send anything through because this is attached to this. I think we just need to fire the one that's attached. So it's going to have two different options, though. We're going to have the declare war and undeclare war, all right, in war. So we're going to say, we'll call this change war status. And then we will go like this. And then we'll go like this. And we'll say, so this will fire this thing. Well, this needs to be somewhere else. And what we need to do is we need to make it so, can we make that somewhere else? I don't think we can. Maybe we can. Yeah, we can. What we'll do... we do need to pass something in because it needs to know whatever that we're passing, like what faction. So the reason why I'm overthinking this is because we need to make it so the AI can use this later when it's declaring war. Right now the AI isn't doing shit, but what do we have over here? We're gonna use this. Declare war. What does this thing do? Why don't we have this? Oh, I was about to say, why isn't there anything in the logs? Here's the logs. Has declared war on so-and-so. We pass in a war? What? Where does this war come from? Respond to declaration of war. This is what we're going to have to debug for a while. I was saying earlier that we'll have all of the errors are gone, but we're going to have a bunch of bugs. This has to come back too at some point. I don't know what this is, but I have a feeling this is not. Yeah. Check for spawn armies. If there's one, then it returns null. Otherwise, it spawn. If there is one, then it returns null. Otherwise, it spawns one. What? That doesn't make any sense. Who wrote that? So we're passing in a war there, and we're passing in a war here. Where are we getting this war? Okay, so this war is created when you get the confirmation, which we actually want to use that confirmation still. So that's actually, okay, so let's go back to, fuck this thing. Let's go back to, we don't need this anymore. We don't need this token spawner. Player controls. We probably will. You need player controls at some point. Too much shit open. Token movement. We are going to fuck with token movement. Hopefully today, because those are the last things. We have to save where it's moving. And there was one other thing, like where it's moving to and where it is on the map. Let's see here. So this, when you push, this connects the signal, and then when they push the button, we're going to have, this is going to have, it needs to pop up that yes or no thing. So we'll worry about the AI later. Where was that thing? It was yes, was something. Did I declare war control? It's private. How was I getting to this thing? There's no, there's an instance of it, but this is private? There must have been, okay, wait. So this is private because there's an old school signal link to it. So what we need to do instead is we need to show this. But we also need to pass in, how is there no fucking faction thing in here? How would it have ever known what faction we were declaring war on? Like player faction, convert, what is the defenders faction? We're converting it from the right-clicked county. Okay, this is wrong now. This is wrong now. To do, this is wrong now. It needs, whatever. We'll do it. Well, fuck it. Well, I don't need to put notes in. I'm going to remember. I swear to God. All right, first things first, we're going to put a thing in here. It doesn't need to be exported. Who gives a fuck? It will be public. It will be, what was I calling them? Defender faction data. This is going to be a faction data. Defender. Come on, motherfucker. You can't guess that? Talking about. Then we'll also just put the aggressor one up here, too. Aggressor. Fingers. What? Spelling? Aggressor faction data. Data. All right. So we'll have these things set when we open this up. So when we go back to here, you click declare. I'm in the wrong spot. You click declare war. We do need to pass in the things. We need to pass in one of them. The one we need to pass in is the, what was the thing? You go like this, and then you do a little arrow, and then we put in something. We need a faction data, and then we'll call defender faction data. Don't fuck you and your null. We think we have it. We're calling it target faction data, and then we'll pass in this target faction data. Is that going to work? All right, so we have this target faction data. We're going to show the confirmation thing, declare instance show, and then we're also going to do declare instance. We'll put this. Well, we'll put it in. Aggressor faction data is going to equal auto load dot instance dot player faction data, and then we're going to have this, and yeah, exactly. But let's put this show after, and then so each one of these. Where does it store all this shit? And this is not going to work, but we can run it. We can get part of the way to see if this works how I think it is. But it's not going to actually work. In fact, I don't even know what if this control is the right thing we should be showing. Diplomacy. Declare war. Do you want to declare war? Yes. And then we get our bug. Declare war. Yes. Declare war. Yes. All right. So this, it should, why don't I have the faction? Oh, look, our factions are fucked up. Was that, I think that, was that how it was before? We're declaring war on ourselves. That was probably how it was before. What is this doing? Diplomacy matrix. Ease. Let's pull up our save game here and take a look. They should all be pretty similar. But it's obvious that our save game is not working. That would be faction generation. Okay. Diplomacy matrices. Yeah, so each one has its own thing saved into it. So we must have fucked something up over here. Under faction generation. Faction generation. Or when we converted it to a DTO, but let's double check this. This can probably go. This is how I was doing. Yeah, let's comment this out so that I know that eventually I'll just be like, I don't know what the fuck this is, and delete it. Create faction goods dictionary, add factions to diplomacy war. Probably this where thing is wrong. This is probably wrong. This was written. I still don't have a firm grasp on this, so I let ChatGPT do it. And it probably was right at the beginning, but now I've made changes to it. We're passing in a faction data. What faction data are we passing in? Maybe that's the problem. We're passing in I. So it's going through, that's just whatever one it's on. So whatever one it's on, it shouldn't be adding. Oh yeah, we did the constructor differently this time. We made it a primary constructor, whatever that is. Let's do ChatGPT here. Listening to Oingo Boingo. What is going wrong here? We want this to add every faction data besides the one passed in. Yeah, I was saying I was listening to Oingo Boingo, and I'm listening to their latest album from 1994. And I saw a Reddit thread about this years ago about how in reality Oingo Boingo sucks, and only people from Southern California can like them. All right, so right now your code isn't actually adding the war faction of the diplomacy. Instead, you're just looping through then you add the diplomacy you've already passed. This means you're just adding yeah, okay. So this is, for each entry, you should represent the relationship between this faction and another. So when looping, you should use war dictionaries, ID, and name the other faction, not the same one. So show me what is the difference? I want to see what I've done wrong. Okay, so it's not equal, which is what we had. For each war data faction, isn't this what we had? So that's what we had. Oh, okay, so this is where I fucked up. Add the other faction. What is it? So I did edit that. Oh, man. My music just cut out. I don't know what happened. The video is paused. Do you want to continue? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So this was definitely, I was blaming it on ChatGPT earlier, but it is not the problem. Okay. We need to recreate the save game. And that's going to be a thing that I'm going to forget to do regularly. And it's going to be a bummer because I'm going to have some bug that I don't know why. And all right. Diplomacy. We got all our factions there. We're back to this. We declare war. I think we should definitely have the name. I think so. I'm remembering why this is like this. It's because of the translation. Or I was being lazy. Okay, so let's fix that. You 100% have to know which. That's like a pet peeve of mine. In fact, I told this story before. I had to log into an old work database and delete something out of it. Something that was there was three things that that exist, and one of them needed to be deleted. But when you went to the delete thing, it just said, "Are you sure you want to delete this?" And it was like, "Man, motherfucker, tell me what I'm deleting that your confirmation is." And it shocked me because it was like it would be like world ending if I had deleted the wrong thing. People would have been pissed at my work. Um, okay, I'm kind of exaggerating. They would be pissed, but it wouldn't be world ending. The world would be fine. My job would be fine, but they would be pissed. So, where is that? That is here. Okay, so we have this. We need the yes button. All I have on here is a yes button and a no button. Where's that confirmation thing? Declare war control. This is what am I missing here? Start move. We're gonna have to rewrite that whole thing. Declare war title. What is going on here? This is not the right spot. Oh, it's under declare war, I bet you. Here we go. We add this to the log. Did the log actually show that? Well, you wouldn't be able to tell here. It did not show that. So there's all sorts of issues here. So under diplomacy, we have this declare war thing. We add an event. We say, I gotta decipher. I gotta decipher my whole code. And I already don't like it. So this is the yes or no thing, I thought. Isn't that what I just... faction control, that's our new thing. Diplomacy control, declare war control. Yeah, that's our... Do I just manually have this shit typed in here? Oh. That's the problem. I was trying to find where it said that in the code. I obviously could have searched for it. This is not translated at all. So I take back what I said earlier. It's not the translation. We never translated this. When I say translated, I mean added. Yeah, this either. We never got to here. I mean added to the localization. So let's do that while we're here. And I think we're going to have a problem with it, though. So the problem is that I can't just put a question mark at the end if I have... I guess I could put a variable in the translation. But what we'll do instead... I can't remember how to do that. I think you put /s or something. Do I have one as an example? We will do that. Here's my underline crap. More underline crap. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just written something temporary. All this is temporary. We're going to have to rewrite all this crap. Which is why you wouldn't want to use the English as the key. Okay, so I'll look it up. Phrase. Do you want to declare war? War. Yeah. Do you want on? That's actually what we want, but we need the thing at the end. There's a way to put a Godot localization variable. Oh, it's %s. 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 And then let's translate this. I wonder if I should put on there. And this will be fine. I don't have to worry about my question marks and all that shit. Oh, we do need a question mark here, though. Hopefully. I'm wondering if there's some languages that have like the noun at the beginning for questions like that. We'll worry about that later. It'll be fine. So back to this thing, then. Yeah, we never did this translation. That's crazy. This is fine because this is for me. And did we... I guess I stopped it or something. We need this. Oh no, this is not what we want. We need to put this, we need to set this. So this war control, we need to change this all up. We have a title up here. Did I start doing this and then just, nah. It looks like it. Or maybe I'm doing something to it here? Huh. I don't know what I was doing. We'll just write it. We'll just set the title. So on this, we're going to actually have a couple of different titles because you also can end the war. So I guess we should put this in here while we're here. Phrase, do you want to end? Do you want to end war with? And then we'll translate this. All right. So then we'll go back here. So we're showing this basically on ready. We're showing, or not on ready, but we're when you click that declare war button, it's going to show this. So let's do connect. I wonder why it doesn't complain about me calling everything connect signals. On visibility change. You need a little lightning bolt. Plus or equals on what is this thing called? Declare war control visibility changed. Fingers work. And then we'll generate this thing. And then I have something on my clipboard, I think. Oh, it's not what I thought I had on my clipboard. Visible Uh, if fuck you, if visible, then we will update title and we'll generate that thing. And I don't know what else we'll do. We need to pause the game or something. Except it's already paused. I wonder if we'll use that. We'll just leave a problem for my future self. And I'll be like, why didn't I pause the game? Because it's already paused. But we should pause the game, but we probably won't. So the title, we already have this thing in here. Looks like I set this and then never used it. Dot text. Well, actually, it's going to equal something. If my fingers will work. Fucking A, fingers. All right. If. Oh man, we need other stuff in here. If it's not actually that bad. If diplomacy is faction at war, it doesn't actually matter what order this is in. If they're at war, let's say if they're not at war. If they're not at war, they'll all probably wonder why I did that later. Then the title needs to be something. Phrase. But we need to put in a variable in here. Oh, I guess it does matter. It does matter what the order this stuff goes in because we're going to use this. And we need to translate it, but I need to throw. I don't remember how. Do you put a comma over here? Is that what you do? Well, we'll find out. Did I put a space in here? I did. Else, it's going to tell me to turn this into that line of garbage. Else, we'll change the title to... I'm just going to copy this, because if I don't, I'll have a typo in there, and I'll wonder why it doesn't work. And I'm going to take a break in a second here. Okay. Zimp, how's it going? Zimp. Did I say your name wrong? I probably said your name wrong. Yeah, so it's going to want me to do that thing. It always wants me to do that. The reason I see, I don't like doing this that much because I still, once again, like I can understand what it means, but I don't, it doesn't fill me with readability. I know everyone else says this is the best way to do it, but all right, let's test this and I'm going to go take a quick break. Man, at some point, starting the game is going to take an eternity. 11,000 lines in that save game. I automatically just went to this because that's what I always do. Diplomacy. Declare war. We need to import this. But it also doesn't have the thing at the end. And then I'm going to go take a quick break. Oh, wow, that worked. Usually if I use the save button on there and not Control S, it just gets in this endless loop. I will be glad when this computer is gone. I'm very tired of its eccentricities. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw out my break timer. Let me pause the music you guys can't hear, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So the minute I opened Reddit when I was out having a smoke, uh, like the second thing that came up was somebody who conquered the world in EU4 with some minor exploit that they figured out uh, in a ridiculously short amount of time. And I've said this before. I am going once this game releases, I am going to keep an eye on stuff like that and make it so people can't do that. I'm going to change it just to fuck with that one person. Because I think it's strange how like people like, especially the Paradox games, they like obsess over them and find exploits for all sorts of stuff. His exploit was minor, but okay, what was our problem? Oh, we didn't get the. Maybe it's not a comma. Maybe I'm doing the translation thing wrong. What does this do? Instead of hard-coding dynamic values, you define placeholders with your translation keys. The most common placeholder is %h for a generic string, but you also need to specify. Okay, example in a CSV file. So here's you put what? Okay, player greeting. In your GD script, code. This is in C#. What happens if I put C# at the end? Because it might be slightly different. I thought it was a comma. This AI is regularly wrong for all things, and I'm kind of surprised how. So it's saying you got to put in the whole translation server. I don't think you need to. This doesn't even have a variable in it. This method takes a string and returns. No, I want what it was talking about before. Maybe I need to create the string. No, no, I think I do. I think I need to create the string first because I've done this in the past. Localization, a variable in string. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, they're putting it in with a what? Message string. Where are you getting these though? Define your string with placeholder using the string format syntax. Why do I feel like you don't know what you're talking about? Final message. Okay, so you do. You can't use the %. I remember I found a video of a guy doing it with C#. And I had a spot where, okay, wait. Translate. I mean, I guess I could just add it to the end. It is at the end, right? I close this. Yeah, it's at the end. So I guess I'll just add it to the end. I was trying to expand my knowledge, but I guess that's not. Yeah, I guess I can just add it to the end. Trying to learn something new. Oh, except I can't because of the question mark. That's the problem. Status level. This is not a. There's no variable for this. Okay, what is this person doing? That's for GD script. Thanks. Translate close, comma, actions. Okay, string format TRN. There, okay, so I have the comma in there. What the fuck is this? Where's Joker when you need him? So we have this label. I sometimes feel like the people who are writing the C# stuff in here aren't. Like, this doesn't match. You know what I mean? Like, so they're just assuming you know the label. In this one, you're getting the label. And I thought you're not supposed to use get too much because it's slow. So sometimes I feel like whoever translated the GD script to C# doesn't actually know what they're doing. Like, why wouldn't you just use this over here and just put label there? Because this has to be declared somewhere. So they're already assuming. All right, so what is it? String format. Let's copy this whole thing. And we'll bring it over to our code. And we'll put it up here, just so we can look at it. Let's put the, actually, let's go back to where this was an if thing, so it's easier to look at. So then we'll go back here, and we'll, easier for me to look at. We'll copy this, whoops, over to here. And then, so string format, what is this TR in? String format. And then this goes in here. And then you want an in there? What is TR in? Translates a message or plural message using the translation catalogs figured in the project. The in is the number or amount of the message subject. It is used by the translation system to fetch the correct plural form for the current language. What the fuck are you talking about? Negative and single numbers. We don't have any numbers. It's not numbers. It's because their thing has numbers. They have apples. Wait, is it gonna? Yeah, that's not. We don't have to worry about that. So then you have a thing in here. It has a thing in here, and then it wants another comma. It wants it twice. Why? Okay, let's rerun this. I don't think we need to recreate the save game. Ah, shit. We got to get rid of this. But we also need to re-import. No, we don't need to re-import that. That has not changed. Yeah, I found some guy with a video. This is a long time ago. This is while I was streaming. And I could skip to where his example was in the video. But this was years ago. Well, that didn't work. Oh, they had, on that thing, they had squigs in there. Okay, that's not going to help me. Let's go back. Dynamic text. This is from 3 years ago. Translate, format. This is why I just kind of gave up. First of all, a simple example of what I meant with placeholders. Print. This prints that result. Now try to translate it. Okay, so they put a % and then quotes at the back. Okay, but that's the, okay, all right. So if we go back to this thing, and wait, what did they do? They translated this, they put the % and then quotes. But is there, I like how this is also another pet peeve of mine. When people use gibberish in their tutorials, or their explanations. Like it was too hard for him to write an actual sentence. Um, okay, so he has so this is where the percentage, and he has the translation with the percent in the middle. So that's what we're except I don't have the percentage in here in the key. It's in here. I think that's right though, because it's going to translate that. So we're going to have, do you want to declare war? And then he had a percentage. This thing was not here though. He had a percentage here. And then this is, oh, was there a comma? I don't think there was a comma. It was just like that. Oh, it doesn't like that. Let's go back and look at his example. This is in quotes, but that's because it's a string. Oh no, he has the thing at the end. Doesn't like that. This is 4 years old, so everything could have. So he has TR. I wonder if this is the. That's in quotes, though. I don't think this needs to be in quotes. It actually doesn't like any of that. Wait, we got an extra. No, we don't. Yes, we do. Can apply to operands of type string and string. Maybe I put... No, he has an S in there. My percent, yeah, let's find somebody who... longer strings. I have a feeling the way we did it before is we converted it ahead of time. And I actually don't remember if we ever got this to work right. Because I do remember giving up and just saying, I'll just leave the fucking question mark off of it. I mean, we can add a question mark at the end, but then we gotta... I guess we could ask ChatGPT. It's not going to probably give us any. In Godot, C#, using the localization system, I want to translate a key that has a string in it, a string variable in it. I hate copying from Excel. Like, what the fuck, Excel? Why does it do that? It's dog shit. Oh my god, I did it again. And it's there, which is the string, the percent %s needs to be a faction name. It doesn't. That's probably too much information for it. So it's saying we got to break it into a bunch of pieces. You think it should have that on there? The PG SQL? My translation file is a CSV. Use this instead, huh? Okay. Oh, look, it put Spanish in there. I wonder if its Spanish is the same as the Spanish that Excel gave me. It did. Okay, you want this little thing to be this way, huh? With a 0. Can I put it over here? Man, that shit's tiny. Shit is tiny. So it needs this formatting. No, it's if you already have, you can still make it work. It's better to switch to that. All right, we'll just do it the whatever way. So you want me to break this shit all down? It's nice that they made it so easy to use. Fucking around. Come on. String. Faction name. This is going to be the defender's name. Then you want me to translate string. Translated equals. I guess I could have copied this whole thing over. Do you want to declare war? Can I just use TR here? Looks like it. And then we're going to do a result. And then we're going to go result. And then this is going to be result. And then we're going to change all that up if this works. I am not confident. All right, diplomacy. Declare war. No. Close. Stop. Save. Close. It says it doesn't need to be re-imported, but it obviously does. Play. Diplomacy. I really wanted to go over there and click over there. Do you want to declare on AI Faction 1? It did work. All right, so let's... fuck it. That's good enough. Then we'll go down here. Oh, look, it no longer wants to put it as one big line. We'll put this... I guess I could have double-clicked that because it is technically one word. We'll get rid of that. And we need to declare war first to be able to test this. Yeah, I was thinking it would be interesting. It would be fun. No, not fun. It would be helpful to have a second person help me with this. But then I think about that, and I go, no, like, that would not be good, because then I'd have to deal with a second person. All right, so the yes button, we're gonna have to adjust this. We're also gonna have to update. We're gonna have to close all that stuff. Once you declare war, it should probably close everything. Maybe. No, it should just close the... Let's think about this. When we do this and we go declare war, so this one hides it. If you say yes, it hides it. Okay, so that's actually how, because you might want to be declaring war on a bunch of people in a row. might be going hog wild. So let's fix this yes thing. So this no longer, right click no longer does anything. It starts out by hiding itself. Sure. Then we create a new war. The aggressor faction is the player faction. That makes sense. The defender faction is we've passed through the defender faction should be the defender faction at this point. Defender faction in the war should be defender faction, but I think we're going to need this, don't we? This is a comma or something. No comma. That can't work. This, no. Whoops. I guess it could work. So this is going to be, well, we already know what it is. We're setting this when we set this instance. Declare war control. I don't really like the name of this control either. You know me and renaming shit. This should be the aggressor. So then we have a new war. And then this will show us if this works. Once yes has been hit, this is an actual declaration of war. So this is going to set up our new war. And then with our new war, we pass it over to here. It's in diplomacy. And then the faction data equals... This is wrong, because we're not right-clicking on things anymore. We're declaring it over elsewhere. So this... We're passing in this war. The faction data this is the defender's faction data. So we're going to need to pass, well, we have it in under the war, right? I was wondering why I did this if we already have it under the war. War. Yeah, these are datas. I wonder why I did that. I should not question why I do stuff in the past. All right, declare war. Why isn't this static? So this faction data, look, we use it down here too. What are we using this faction data to? We're just getting a faction data for this diplomacy thing. This is dumb. This is dumb. Let's get rid of this. So I think I didn't know what static was back then. That's my guess, is I didn't understand static methods. Static methods. All right, so we are doing something, has declared war. Oh, look at this. So this way I did it. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's make, so declare war, public. I think you can be static, right? We don't need a, give me my error over here though. Yeah. See, I was getting a faction data so that I could, oh, fuck you. I guess I can't pass this in. No, we're in a static and I can't. Oh, this is non. We're going to make this static as well. I mean, right? This is now still. Man, that was a key thing that I learned back then, was the making static. So there's somebody in the comments made a comment. Someone in the Twitch or YouTube comments made a comment at some point, and it changed how I looked at it, everything. And I Yeah, like this, I bet you this token movement doesn't need to be like this either. So look, I'm getting a token movement. I bet you this could be static. Let's look at what it is. Yeah, it changed everything. Let's see if this gives us an error in here. Oh, we're pulling it from up there. Okay, it can't be static. That's fine. But like I didn't understand, it didn't click until this person made this comment, and it like changed how I did all of my programming. That one comment. And this is old code, so this is part of that. Like, and we haven't messed with it since 2 years ago probably. So we're inside diplomacy when we're doing this declare war, and we're passing in the war. So this war thing actually now makes more sense. So I was trying to figure out how to do this, what I'm doing now, with that declare war thing, and with this war thing, and I think we're gonna make this war more. We're gonna use this. We're gonna expand what this public class does, but right now it just has who's in the war, and I was trying to like figure that out back then, and I obviously didn't do a very good job. And I remember thinking like this war thing is so dumb because it just has this in here. And it was, we have a from DTO that we never used. Probably a problem. This is probably a problem to do. This needs to be converted in the save. One day I'm going to go through all of these. Oh my God, we could just do a faction ID if we had to. We might do that. We don't need another fucking 10,000 lines in the save game. So back to I've been playing Victoria 3. I couldn't stop playing Victoria 3 last night. I wonder how many hours I put in last night. 5? No, I don't want to play it. 4? I think I played 7 hours. Is that possible? No, it's not. I must have played a couple hours the day before that because it was at 4:41. I was shocked. Anyways, I could not stop playing. I was not having fun though. It was like an addictive. It was like kind of like punching myself in the face, and then I just wanted to keep punching myself in the face. Nothing made sense. Everything. Anyways, why did I bring up Victoria 3? Oh yeah, saving the game takes 45 minutes. So I would like that not to be the case in my game. So let's see here. We need to test this. This is going to add the log. This is response to declaration of war. This is not really. This is broken into a thing that doesn't really do much, and it doesn't declare war. It's just kind of adding a log file. We could probably combine. So what is this thing? Declare war confirmation. This is the old way to do it. Let's comment this out. And what I do is I comment stuff out, and then later when I don't know what it is, I just delete it. Just in case I need this, but this looks to me like we just did this. So let's run this again and see what happens. Because we need to test that other thing too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting looking at the old code, and I hope there are improvements, and seeing how much I've improved since the good old days. Declare war, yes. Index. Could you go diplomacy 35? Oh, so we have a dictionary in here. Well, no, this is a dictionary now. Okay, so this is more like what I was thinking the declare war thing it was. Uh, so let's get this shit all. Look at all this stuff commented out. We're gonna need that. I know it. Um, check for armies. Yeah, so that's gonna be. So let's do this. What the fuck is this actually? So let's rewrite all this crap. So we declare war. I know what I was doing here. So I think I was putting this in a separate thing so that there could be other responses such as capitulation. So what does this do? Did we get the event log? Or did it, what did it crow? The shipbirds have declared war on AI Faction 1. That is, yeah. I was just thinking we need to rename those factions. They're boring. Those enemy faction names. Yeah, it'll be, well, I don't, and Distant Worlds Universe has this cool way they name their ships. And I want to do the same thing. And their ships are always like crazy cool names. Dagger of Flames and shit. So back to this. So we declare war. This is because we hit yes. This can go. This can go because we're not having that thing. This can go to the top. Let's put this all the way up here. Makes more sense. I don't know what the deal was yesterday with my Control K, Control D. It just stopped working, and then when I closed, it was very strange. Does this need to be its separate line? Can we just make this look a little better? All right, so this is what we're doing. We have a yes button. It creates a new war. And then it says it prints this, is attacking. No, is, has declared war on. And in fact, it's not really. We're declaring war in here. And we have that in there. Okay. So we create the war. Let's go back. Okay, now this is fine. This is probably more like create the war. We do this. Why don't we do, yeah, I don't like how any of this is. The yes button, yeah. So once again, this is create war. Why are we passing in a new war? Because we are dumb. Oh, because we don't have the aggressor data. We don't have this data right now. Let's pass in this data. Yeah, let's pass in this data. I think we need this to look better. This needs to make more sense. I think there was also a period where I was trying to pass around less data, but I have now figured out that that's what you do. You just pass around a bunch of data. It's just how it works. So now we have a thing called new war. Can we just call it war? All right. I still feel like this is wrong. Like, isn't this pointing at itself because they're the same name? I'm going to change their name. We'll say, that's what I'll do. When I click on this, yeah, no, I mean, I guess it's fine. So then we have the war, the aggressor, and the war, the defender. this fires off the declare war. I'm already looking at this and thinking I'm going to have to rewrite this again. So then we pass in the declaration of war. And then we have this print. Why are you... You can be made private? Do it. Become private. This is still in diplomacy. And let's leave it like this. I think we're going to make this much more complicated. Because we'll have real diplomatic responses at some point. So I think this is a good way to do it for that future whatever. So we're setting their diplomacy matrices to true. So this is a list, and this should match. Hopefully, the idea is that this would match this faction ID. Oh, it's not going to match. It's not going to match because it doesn't have itself in there. You don't have yourself in the diplomatic matrices. Well, that throws a wrench in my whole plans. And we can tell that it's not in there because we made this thing with the diplomatic matrices. Oh, look at that. We got to fix something there. I thought I already fixed that. Where does this go to? It's this thing. Oh, did I not update the translation? I didn't. We're gonna go back to this fucking thing. I did not update this thing. You can go here, and you would you go to here? Oh, Excel. It's not that bad, but we got to re-import you, even though it says it doesn't need it. All right, what were we doing? So wait, that means that worked. This error is a different error. So that means, let's just run this again. That it actually did update the... It's probably because that one, the shipbirds is at the end. Yeah, that is it. So that one just by luck worked. And it's probably when it's the other side that's croaking. We need to update that. When you declare war, it needs to recreate that panel. 31. Yeah, so the problem is the diplomacy matrices. So how do we figure that out? So we need to have it, we either need to include their own faction and hide it all the time, or we need to somehow do a little bit of math or list manipulation. Let's ask ChatGPT what it thinks. So we need I have a list called in Godot.net. I have a list of diplomacy matrices that doesn't include that includes all factions except the faction that has the matrices. Later, I need to, did I say his list? I need to access the list by faction ID. Lists index by faction ID. But since it doesn't contain the owner's faction, it gets the wrong ID, the wrong index. How do I fix that? I bet you there's this is a common problem that a professional programmer would be like, oh yeah, you just take the blah, blah, blah. You want me to for each through it? Go fuck yourself. No, fuck you. That's the whole point of this, is not to use a dictionary. Fuck you too. No, we might have to use dictionary. That's fine. But then we'll have to update the dictionary if someone changes their faction name. If you want to stick with your current list, you can skip over the owner faction when indexing. None of these ideas. I thought it was going to give me some. We already talked about this one. The whole point is I don't want to do for each through all that crap all the time. I mean, we can do it, but when building, add all factions, including the owner. Oh, that's kind of a good idea, though. We just have a null one. Okay, so this is kind of an answer. That's kind of... We'll still have to skip it, though. But we can... Oh, my... What the fuck am I listening to? Let's go to here. I mean, that's the... We would... null... I guess we could just say if it's null, don't do it. Where else are we going to use this diplomacy matrices? We're going to use this all over the place at some point. Let's just do that, I guess. We'll add in the own faction, and then we'll just have to put a thing in like skip own faction. So on the faction generation, do I still have that open? Yes. We can just go like this. We make this one line. I'm going to put a note on here for my future self. Adds all the factions to this list so that the indexes line up for other line up with the faction ID. Okay. So now we have all. Let's run this again. We have to recreate the save game, and so that we can see our problems. And then when we pull this, it'll be fine, right? It won't be that big of a pain in the ass, right? Somebody give me some moral support here. Yeah. So here's our one. It has us in there. So then when we create this list, though. Under diplomacy control, I'm gonna wonder why I did it this way. Don't be fucking flashing at me. Yeah, I'm gonna wonder why I did it this way in the future, though. If diplomacy matrices, what is this thing? This is a public class. And we created the public class when we did this? No, where the fuck did it go? Where the fuck am I? Faction generation. Get the factions from disks. Add faction to diplomacy war. We are. We are creating. Okay, so if faction ID, faction diplomacy matrix, faction ID, I will do the not equals too. Not equals, or whatever that is equal. I guess we got to do it over here. Why can't it? What? I don't know what I'm doing. Faction ID is equal to your. Yes, and this just applies to the player. Faction ID. Then do this stuff. Then do this. Then KD. All right, now we'll run this again. We're going to end up, somewhere in the future, we're going to end up going to war with ourselves. Might be in like 30 seconds, but it's most likely going to be months from now, and I'm going to be like, what the fuck did I do? All right, declare war. Yes. Close this. Open you again. Close this again. We declared war on Faction 1. We would like to end the war with Faction 1. Has declared war on Faction 1. Okay. That's not gonna work. Where was that? Has declared war on. Where are we printing this thing to? Here's our ad log. Create war. So this was running. We got a different issue, but first let's fix. When you click yes, it should refresh that page. So that is not yes. No. Yes. What is this? Yes. Create war. We want, after it creates the war, we want it to update title. Where are we generating? Declare war. No, we want it to diplomacy control. Generate war matrix. So we need to go back to here. We need to go to diplomacy control dot instance dot generate. What was it called? Generate war matrix. And it's not going to let us because this is private, but we will make you public. And then we're good to go here. Let's see if that fixes it. We already have a save game. I'm going to take a break in a second here. Yeah, I think this is, what is the date today? Yeah, I get my new computer in a couple days. And I'll move over that gaming computer to this thing and then put that new gaming computer over there. Should be flying, I hope. See that? I automatically went to there. Yes. Okay. So at this point, we are at war with Faction 1. We can't ever end the war, though. What did it say over here? Has declared war. What does it say on my output? Fashion ID that is trying to be used. 0, 1, 2. What is this? We'll look at that in a second. Let's go to back and follow this path of code, this spaghetti code. I wonder why this works if we're not using this. This shouldn't work if we're not using this. The whole game should be broken. How is this working and it's not? All right. So we create our war with diplomacy. We've passed in these two things. This works. This goes down here. So this is on yes. I really don't like the name of this control. Wonder why I didn't call it like confirmation. That's what it should. It should be like declare war confirmation. What did I call it over here? Let's call it confirmation. Let's rename. Let's close this thing. You know, sometimes it renames the file for confirmation. Declare war confirmation control. Sometimes it renames the file for you, and sometimes it doesn't. Where would that be? That's a public class? No, that's not a public. That's under UI scripts. Oh, that's scenes. Yeah, I redid it this time. I think, though, we probably want to, like, reopen it or something. It's green. What does that mean? Oh, it's all pissed off about that, though. Godot's like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. We have a... No? We do need to reattach it to this, I bet you. Yep. That's what it's complaining about. Quick load? Nah. Jesus Christ, just get rid of it, and then we'll drag this in here. See if those errors go away. I'm going to take a break. We'll leave this running. Yes, we will leave this running. All right. Let me pause my music that you guys can't hear, and let me put up my break timer, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. was just thinking when I was coming back in, we should probably push this to main, so it looks like something's been done in 3 months. Kind of a lot's been done, honestly. Yeah, we should definitely push this to main. So I need to remember to keep... Oh, don't be flashing at me. Why is it always flashing at me? We need to keep in mind that that is the case. Pushing to main is the case for today. Diplomacy. Declare war. Yes. End war. Oh, we got a bug now. Something. Oh, update title. Something broke because something else got renamed. Let's close Godot and reopen it. Sometimes you need to do that for the renaming of things. It has to like re-import things and delete other things. I think it's quite strange that they added that second file for everything. You can't see them in here, but the UID or whatever they call it. That might not be the problem for this, but it is weird because of that. I'm not quite sure what they're... Oh, we got it here. So there's something that's not linked right anymore. Declare war title is here. It looks like we need to bring a new... because I reattached the script. There we go. We need declare war panel container. Was it this one? Let's rename that if we're going to do it. Declare war confirmation panel container. Declare war confirmation control. Whoa, we got air. Oh, I didn't rename. Rename. Confirmation. And then same with this guy. Though it, are you not used anywhere? We got an extra thing. We can do this. Fuck right off. And then we can do a K and a D. And then we can, it doesn't look like we're using this because when I renamed it, I didn't get any errors. Yeah, we're not using this. I'm probably using this instead of that. I think this is green because it's new. Let's build this. Let's drag over the title. Let's rename this. Oh my God. You should not see this. We're going to rename this. Nope. We're going to rename that. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's one of my pet peeves for Godot. And then we're going to drag you over there. Then we're going to run it. I mean, it doesn't seem like we're using that, so we should be able to delete it. Diplomacy. Declare war. Yes. Then end the war. We want to end the war with faction 1. So it doesn't, so when you push that, we need to have it refresh this. And that could be all we need. So let's go back to our yes thing, which is buried in some, it's right here, where we just renamed this. Update title on visibility change. We don't care about that. Yes button, it creates the war. So we need to have an if is that under, it's under diplomacy, is faction at war, and then if they're not at war, it declares war, and then else, We're going to put this here, but we're going to end war. I wonder if I should call it delete war. Me and my always trying to rename shit. Let's move you up to here. So the first that we're gonna, I think we might want to call it the end war, or sorry, delete war. Where is this war hanging out? It's just a war hanging out here. It's just floating around. We don't attach it to anything. I think we're supposed to be attaching this to something, now that I think about it. Motherfucker, every time. I think these reset every time I open it. You really want this to be read-only? Yeah, see, here's our list of wars. Oh, maybe that's not what this was complaining about. I assumed. Oh, no, it was. Yeah, we need to add this to the list of wars, and I don't think we're doing that. We go create war, and we set their things, but we need to also add this war to both factions so that they know. Yeah, and I guess what we'll do is, let's say that they capitulate immediately. We'll delete the war. So we need to add this aggressor faction wars add. Is that what we were doing later? I remember seeing it. Oh, here it is. War. Oh, interesting way we did this. So we already do that, but is that in the right spot? We're doing that after the response. So we create the war. We say they've declared war. Then we respond, but really we're creating this. This is actually not a response. And we're missing something from here. There should be defenders spawn armies. Where is this used? Token movement. So this is in the wrong spot. So we're gonna have to change that. So this is being defender on the way. We're gonna have to go through to-dos soon. I don't remember what I was gonna do there. Let's go back to here. So create war. This all really does need to be in here. This needs to be here. Actually, probably up here. So they create the war, they add the wars, and then we actually don't need this war thing here, I don't think. Or this war thing here. So this is going to add in the wars that they're a part of, and they've declared war, and then these guys respawn. Their response is to spawn the defenders. Defender, right now, that's all it does. Defender spawns armies. Why don't you like this? Spawn armies. And you want a battle location. So this is going to be different. So before this happened, when the token got there, but we actually wanted to spawn armies. See, the whole thing has changed since then. So originally, so like, can we look at the map still? So the idea behind the original thing was you spawn your token and you set as an army. I'm putting that in quotes. And then when you try to move in here, it declares war on them. And then when they get there, it spawns their defenders, which I never liked, but it worked for what we needed at the time. What I'd like to do instead, we have a bunch of this stuff already in play. So you would have your army already spawned. I don't know if this will work. So you already have your guys spawn and you recruited a bunch of dudes, right? So he's going to be recruiting Carol. She's going to be Carolyn. Then you declare war, and they'll spawn and they'll start recruiting their defenders. And so the idea is you could have already, this is a tooltip, you could already have a built up an army on their borders. So the AI would need to be like checking for that at some point, because they would see you building up this army. Maybe we need to make it so that you can't recruit guys unless your army's spawned. Probably should. Let's put that in a to-do here. So the thing would be that your army has to, or your leader has to be spawned so they can see that you are army hero needs to be spawned to be able to recruit subordinates. And I remember talking and thinking about this before, and I said, no, we don't need to do that. But I think we do, because of the whole plan is, and this is like one of the things I kind of like about like Hearts of Iron, is you can see them building up troops on your border. So you go like, what the fuck, man? I gotta start moving my guys around. So that's the same thing. Like, let's say you had a hero in both of these. There's only one person in here. We'll convert you to an aide. And then we'll close this. Are we getting bugs? Probably we are. We are not. Then we would like recruit here. Oh, there's no people here. But we would spawn this person. We got a bug there. So that's where we're doing a check for diplomacy. Let's fix this real quick. Because we need to, it's, something's wrong, obviously. Hey, that thing's back. Current is selected is false. Is selected. I wonder if it's because we have 0 people in there. I don't know if we ever tested that. Token spawner. I'm trying to right click you, motherfucker. Let's fix this error. Maybe we should push the main sooner because we're going to keep running into errors. Okay. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. So where are we getting this current selected token? So this fires is selected as inside of a whatchamacallit, token spawner. Check if player faction. Decide if selected. So this is so that the AI token spawning doesn't make the player select it. What? Does the AI just spawn tokens? Okay, so we have decide if selected. So we have a faction data that's pulling from the county. We're passing in some sort of county here. And then, so this is saying it is, that's why they said the shipbirds versus the shipbirds. And then check if player faction. And then we say spawn token equals true. And then at GD prints, spawn token button, token's name. I wonder if this is because we deleted spawn token button. Spawn token button name. Let's copy this. See if it's in here. Carolyn, true. So we have this, it's versus, if it's the player faction, we set it as true, is selected equals true, and then from here though, what is this thing's problem? I let this on, we're not like that. We're gonna comment this out real quick. Can I do to do? I don't want to forget about that and wonder what's happening later. Let's see. So from here, it's spawning the token. This is the hero token that this is on. And it thinks that this is nothing. The current select token is the selected county population hero token. This is under globals. Selected county population. Where are we getting that thing from? So that's going to be when I throw this thing, it's supposed to be getting it from here. Denise Gonzalez. Didn't that say Carolyn? Okay, so something died before that because we did spawn her and then put her away. Shit, did I move that thing to the top? I did not. Yeah, we'll definitely have to have that guy spawned, but so it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna attack you though, because he can recruit while he's spawned and then move as an ally to you because he can have followers when they visit. Once again, think of Red Wedding. That's like, I'm not like a big Game of Thrones guy, but I do like that scene. I like that concept that you're friends and then you get betrayed and you get murdered. Does that happen in CK3? I don't feel like it does. Anyways, so this is probably our problem. I'm betting this select token thing is not working, but let's just check it. We'll check this. I bet you that's null. Because I don't know where we're setting that. Look at how it's doing it's just setting all those things up. I also have a feeling it's because it's 1. So we recruit the aide. Denise Gonzalez again. We close that. We close that. We haven't gotten any errors yet. We click this. And now you have popped out without a problem. Spawn hero checkbox, shipbirds versus shipbirds. Denise is true. We should probably put a space in there, but okay, so I vaguely remember this bug happening before. And then you like click on somebody else. Yeah, see, it threw off. Oh no, it just made this person selected. Which is how it should be. You should get selected when you spawn a new hero. So if we put you away, well, now it's working. I didn't do anything. Okay, let's do this again. But we'll spawn somebody at the home base first. And put them away. Because that's what I did. I spawned Carol, then I put her away, and then I clicked on this, went to here, I recruited you. It's kind of nice that the saves are all the same. Before, it used to regenerate everybody. I think I might have clicked something about over there. But then I spawned you, and there we go. Current selected thing is null. So why is this null? Current selected token is null here too. Okay, so let's go back through what I did. When you click the spawn, naps are great, stink awakes. I'm gonna take a nap when I'm done streaming. I take a nap sometimes on weekends twice a day. Like I have like a quick 30-minute nap, and then like hours later I have another like hour long. Okay. Let's see here. So when we click that, actually the token spawner, do you not assign? Okay, cuddle. Okay, cuddle. Be a long flight for a cuddle. I'm wondering if we should assign. So wait. So here, where do we ever assign this thing? We must be doing it way back. So this is saying if this is not equal to null and the population data is not equal to what? Then we set the currently selected token. I wonder why I did it this way. This is also some pretty old. Oh, then we put it down here. This is where we're assigning this. So something's going wrong in here. So probably this is not null. It should still go to here though. Hero token current select token. What the fuck is this thing? Why do we have this? Why can't I just go? Why can't I just get rid of that and then cut this? Get rid of this. Okay. Current select token value is this hero name. Hero token is selected. And then we also set this after. Oh yeah, there was like some weird, because of how you click the buttons. Yeah, this is a complicated thing that was kind of a pain in the ass. But it's probably because so I love getter setters, but they actually kind of often cause issues later. Maybe because I'm using them wrong or something. So this is saying if the selected county is not equal to null and its population data isn't, so if it isn't already selected, basically is what this is. Wait. This is some convoluted shit here. So is selected. This probably doesn't need to be export. Who gives a shit? So there's a couple of different places this is fired, and I think also that's another thing is I used to always try to cram everything into one method, which I don't do anymore really. I still do it to a point, but not. Okay, so this originally was just setting the textures, and then it got more and more, a little bit. I mean, I know this isn't that complicated, but so if the selected county is not equal to null, so if there's something in there and that something is not equal to this thing, then it sets this to false. Okay, that makes sense. So it's saying like, hey, you've selected some other person. This is selected needs to be false. Wait, it's a capital is selected though. So then I would run this again, right? Because we changed this. So we changed this. It's going to run this getter setter again. Right? It's going to run is selected on this hero token, which is a different hero token. And that one's going to go through here and it's going to be, it's going to skip this and wait. So it's going to run, so on this selected county population, it's going to set that to false. And so if the value is false, if value equals true, yeah. So it's going to go down to here and it's going to set it to unselected thing. And this is kind of clever. And then it's going to set this texture to a different texture. I noticed it was very jarring, the change. We don't give a fuck right now. All right. So then otherwise, it's going to set this texture. It always runs this, though. Because this has nothing to do. So, and why is this up here? Shouldn't this be down here? This isn't fucking with the... I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to regret it later, but I'm going to put it down here. So then it sets the selected population to this. So whenever we throw this bool, it does stuff to it. As long as it's true. Okay, so that seems, now that I've deciphered what that thing does, now I have to go back to what I was doing. The token spawner. Decide if selected. If it's the player faction, it sets this to true where it does that other stuff. And, oh, I see why I didn't put a space in here. See, that you can tell how long ago this was. This is so long ago that I didn't know about the squigs. Squigs. No squigs were known at this point. And what? Get out. No, I just want one. Jesus Christ. What have we done? This needs to go to here. This needs to go to here. This needs to go. Oh, we have another squigs at the end. That needs to go here. I just want one. I just want one comma. Or not, quotation. There we go. Okay. So why are we check if player faction, decide if selected. So the AI token spawning doesn't make the player select it. Oh, we do spawn tokens when they're defending. Yeah, we do that. Okay. So this is getting the player faction, or getting the faction of the place, the county that we have selected. Where are we passing in the county? The token spawner is passing in, decide if selected. Add separators depending on if there's, okay, that's something else that we need to worry about later. This has to be below the population. Okay. So we are updating the token textures after the token textures should already be getting updated is in select is oh look, I commented out the tooltip thing. I wonder why. Why do I do all these things? We're totally in a different spot now than when we started, just because of this one little bug. It's not the, I mean, it kind of is the end of the world. This is at the bottom, just in case the getter setter is fired too fast. How would that help it? Okay, this is we're spawning something. We could change this so it doesn't return a population data, since that is weird. The word weird can convey negative associations. Okay. All right, spawn the token. Why am I looking at this? Why are we updating why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Shouldn't... Oh, maybe this is this is probably updating their different textures if they're like armies or some shit. Go through the buttons and then we update their button icon. Okay, so there's just some duplicate code in here that we don't. I mean, there was some reason I wrote that. It was probably having some other issue. Let's not worry about it right now. There's gonna be a lot of that forever. It's never gonna go away. So let's go back through what we did to duplicate the issue that we're having. And I actually kind of remember this before. So if you spawn a token in the faction capital, then you get rid of it, you unspawn it. I saw an unspawn here. It has an underline. There's a typo. So we have the county, we're passing in the county. Let's double check the hero container. So this is, we throw the checkbox. And then it checks, is the hero spawned, is false. Else it unspawns it, else toggled. What? Unspawn, else toggled. Okay, so then we run this and we're passing in the selected left-click county. All right, that looks right. And we're passing in the population data from where? This is in the hero panel container. So the hero panel container holds the unspawn thing. So then we go... Oh yeah, I remember this too. We were having an issue getting rid of some of this stuff. Like unspawning, queue freeing was like blowing away the wrong shit. So we had to put all these additional queue free things. So we unspawn this thing, we remove, and I think it was this actually that was part of the problem that we're probably running into right now. I think we've already fixed this multiple times and then it just keeps coming back. But let's do this. I'm running out of time. We want to, yeah, let's do, well, I was going to say we need to export it, but that exporting isn't going to do us any good. Usually when I push to main, I export. Maybe we got to push to main next weekend. I really wanted to because it's 3 months of whatever. Once again, it just because it looks like nothing's happening. When you don't push to main all the time, and I kept telling myself to do smaller things that push to main. See, like it says 3 months. No one ever looks at this stuff. Are we on DTO setup? Yeah, I guess so. See, I'm on the wrong. I should have named the branch something else too, because we're long done with DTO setup. Well, mostly. All right, so we won't push to main today. I was really hoping to, but okay. So we remove the spawn tokens. We queue free all this shit, but currently that thing is still the globals thing is still set. At this point, the globals thing is still set. The selected thing, I feel like that would solve this problem if the globals instance selected token thing. What did we do on the is select? Where the fuck was that? That was under population. That was like this thing. We don't actually clear it. So on the unspawning, we've deleted that whole thing. Why don't we see what happens if we go globals instance? I probably tried this. It was called like selected county population. No, yeah, equals null. What if we just null that out? Because there's shit, we've unspawned him. Oh, except you can click it again. Let's see what happens. I'm betting. Oh, where was that breakpoint I put in? I guess we'll run into it some other point. Yeah, next week definitely. I mean, I guess we could try if we fix this. Exporting takes a minute though. So we do this. Yeah, so I think the problem is if we null this out, it's gonna. No, that does work. Because this thing still knows what it is. Okay, so we undid it. Don't celebrate too quickly, though, if we do this, because I turned it on and off a bunch of times, and that's not what we did the original time. We're not getting any bugs. Let's restart it. And all we did is we did this once. When we unspawn it, we went to here, we went to here, we went to here, we recruited the aid. This is terrible. We hit yes, we closed that, we spawned. Okay, so that's all right. Let's try to push the main. Let's do it. We're gonna save this. We gotta push this code. We need to commit this. We didn't add any stuff append. Oh no, I do not want to append. We want to saving game is mostly done. Need to save moving tokens, and there was something else. There was one other thing, which I guess I've already forgotten. All right, it's moving tokens, right? Doesn't it feel like that's like the pushing to main is important? Various other small bugs. We will commit and push, or I guess merge with main. I don't care about the fucking word commit anyways. And then we need to go here. Fuck you. Then we just sit here. Earlier, I think, yeah, earlier I was like, I wonder if I should listen to Devo, the band, and now Devo has started playing. Okay, let's close this thing. And we're going to go project, export. We probably have to download a new export template. We'll trash that one. Man, Created by Critters was downloading these, and they were taking days to download. And he has good internet, I guess. But there was just something going on where it was just taking forever to download these things. It's kind of weird that you have to download one for every version. You figure they wouldn't change that much, but I guess so. I mean, maybe they're doing like tons of work behind the scenes and we don't know. Or when I say we, I mean me. All right, we're getting there. I actually feel like we're getting closer to having a working prototype. I mean, we have a working prototype, but a working prototype with everything in place that actually needs to be in place before, you know, it's shareable. We're going to be doing some war changes soon to the actual combat because we have hit points and stuff. At the time when we created the other thing, we didn't have hit points. I mean, it's gonna be pretty. Can we delete all this stuff? Let me delete things here. Compiled. I don't know what that zip file is. Oh, I do know what that zip file is. So I don't like that I have to include this maps folder. There we go. Yeah, I think there's something else in there too, like the list of the names or something. All right, you're done. It spit out one that says console. I'm gonna delete it again, and we'll do it again. Console. Export project. Oh, it has this at the end. There we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna run the console one. See what we get here. If it's just filled with bugs, obviously we will not push to or merge with main. Take your fucking time. Ah, we made a mistake. That's okay. We're gonna set you. Can you just right click on this? No. We're gonna go into the project. We're gonna set you. We're gonna delete this stuff over here. Like I said, it takes a minute. To do an export. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that nap. All right, then we can run this. Does the load button work? little late to check for that. We never put the status things on there to show that it was doing something. We're gonna load. We're gonna click the load button. All right, that works. Oh shit, there was some yellow stuff in there in the console. Let's see what that stuff was. I'd really like to, but you know. Okay, so we probably need to do one thing here first. Before. Because I don't think anybody actually ever looks at this. Like, no one ever downloads it or runs it or anything. But. Just in case, we'll have this status thing. I don't know where it's going to be. I guess we could run it. I don't know why. It looks like it's right splat in the middle. It's probably going to croak here, too. Okay. One more time. And I'll delete this. Nothing? Um, generate game. This is a status text that we're passing in that is nothing. Because I was preparing that for use and then we never did it. Update status label text. And we didn't push this. We gotta push this code now again. Motherfucker. Oh. I should have tested it before I pushed the code. But then we gotta, okay. I still didn't see it. Game generation has its own thing there. What is your problem? You have it right there. Maybe this is in like some strange spot. This was saved, right? You know what we also can do? It might be in some strange spot. There's nothing behind it though. Ordering. My left ear often feels weird after streaming for a couple hours. Yeah, it's not here. It should be there. Well, I guess we can just push without that. We can do that without this change. We can merge. I don't know where the fuck this thing is. I think it's behind or something, the canvas layer. Oh, I don't have a control on here. Do you need a control on the canvas layer? Maybe you do. God damn it. I don't remember. Here we are back to the UI weirdnesses. And then this should be centered. Do you need a control? Yeah, you do need a control because it's a canvas layer that I use in everything else. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, well, we'll deal with that later. Why did I put this root node in here too? I can't remember. These are all just nodes. Follow viewport. Like this should be some basic shit. And I did this as a canvas layer. What did I do on main? Do I have a canvas layer that holds it all together? Yeah. And I do have a, I don't have a, well, I do have a control. There should be like a 2-second thing and then to get this fucking label to show up. It's like what the fuck is going on? Alt last, thank you for the follow. I think I'm just not gonna worry about it for right now. It's like such a minimal thing. I just, you know, you get that gray screen for a second, and I want people to think that, well, the game just is broken. Press start to play game. Why aren't you showing me? What have I clicked on now? There we go. Yeah, that should be right there. I don't, like, how much UI shit do I have? And then I can't get a label to pair. I'm do one more time. Start. Definitely not there. Usage is 3. Faction generation. Oh, look, we even had stuff that I started to use and it didn't I wonder if I have like some other blank one later. Okay, there's the IC2. Assign research. Why would this... Here, we'll just comment this out. We'll comment that out. For now. I mean, we want to put the status thing eventually. We'll comment that out. Okay, usages. 1. And that's that. UC2, ICP. I needed your help earlier, Joker, and you went around. Makes me sad. It should have still thrown those out. It should have still put those other translated thing in there. Are we going to start? But I figured it out. ChatGPT helped me. Oh, I was trying to do something. Where the fuck is it? I wonder... On main, do I have? I do. You know, and I put this over here and I remember it not appearing, and then I was like, does this one have visible on? Yep. And it not appearing and not caring. There's our control. That's the right size. There's our thing. Baffled, I say. Baffled. Status label. We only have one use of that thing. It should just have the other thing on there. And is this there in remote while running? It's a good question. Well, you're not going to be able to see it fast enough. You're not going to be able to click over there fast enough. Let me click. No. What? No, we're already past it. Oh, wait. No, we're not. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to move this over here so it can... Go. Quick. Can I pause it? No. Pausing it doesn't work. It's like there's nothing there. All right, let's not worry about it. Who gives a shit? All right, we're going to put this... Oh, we got to export it again, though. And then if anyone does, they can ask me in Discord, why does it sit on that gray screen for 10 seconds? It's like I said, the simplest thing, just wanted to throw a label on a page, and who the fuck knows what it's doing. But it has been that way for a while, and I remember it was like, oh, I'll look at that later, and then I just never did. Okay, we need to zip this over here. And then we need to add a new version. We need to add a new version now. We need to I guess we need to push this one change here. Messed with game generation label. It didn't work. It doesn't matter. Commit. Push. Five files are changed. Okay, so now we need to merge this thing. We can close this. We can, oh wait, we gotta merge it in, whatchamacallit, It's like I haven't done it in 3 months, so now I can't remember how to do it. We merge this here, and then we gotta go to, well, we gotta give it a second here. Writer's not nearly as bad as Visual Studio when they give it a second thing. We want to go to Git. We want to branches. We want to switch. All right, we pushed everything. We need to close this is what I needed to close. I was remembering like I got to close something. It's because that Godot is always recreating shit in the background. We want to close that. We want to go Git. We want to switch. We want to go Git. Branches. I was clicking on it. I don't know. Like I'd never used it before. We want to check out this one because you can't merge. Yeah, we want to merge DTO setup into, like we could rebase. Wonder what that does. I remember looking at that before, but I think we want to switch to this. Checkout. We definitely want that closed because otherwise Godot's freaking out in the background. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Then we want to go. Here we go. Are you done? We want to go Git branches, and we want to merge. Oh, am I doing this wrong? I can't remember. It's always the same. We want to merge into main. I don't know when you're supposed to rebase and when you're supposed to merge. Oh, look, it gives you a little button to delete it. We do want to do that, but I'm too scared, even though we've already pushed it and all that. Then we need to go back to here, and we need to go merged DTO set. I'm fucking typing here. DTO setup into main. Then we want to commit. Oh, what? There's no changes. How do I push main? Why is it really only been, look, it has a little thing on it. Push. Let New Yorker out. What? 21 commits to main. All right. So then we can, he's sad. Then we can do this. 20 minutes ago. All right. Then we need a new release. This is why I should have started doing this in 2.5 hours in. We need a new release, and I can never remember the tags I used, so I gotta like every time I gotta go back. I think I can do V. Oh, I didn't update the README though. Everything is a failure today. 2D. Can I do that? That's the no. We gotta select the tag though. 0.0.9. And then this is going to be 9. Target main. Where's my auto? Then we want to put in here. Yeah, see, if I can't remember how to do it, I need to do it like every other week. Every 2 weeks, I need to push to main. And I remember this being much more filled out. We could type something in here, honestly. Save game is now working except for moving tokens. A few bugs exist. Jesus fucking Christ, man, my fingers are done. I work for a living. I use a computer all day long, and I just normally do not have this issue. Publish. Okay, it's only 100 megs. I feel like it's usually much larger than that. Then let's trash this one. Then let's go back into here. Let's clean up these branches. For some reason, they're annoying me. Branches. DTO setup. I would like to delete you. And this can just go away. Then we can get rid of this other branch. County exploration. That's ancient. And they've all been merged, so it's not like I hope. Delete this. Okay, those are all deleted. There. We're done. No, we're not. Yes, we are done. Let's just fix the README for next time. I was going to put a note in our project, but it's going to be just as fast to fix the README. We're on 9. All right, that's done. We're not going to push that thing. I don't remember why we were keeping these old ones around. It's 99.3 megs. It went down in size somehow. You know why? Because I zipped it a different way. So who knows what chaos I've just caused. All right, I think that's everything we need to do. Yes, that's everything. This version has some issues with top bar usage number. We fixed those. Remnant counting, that's done, and a variety of small bugs. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next week, hopefully on a new computer for this streaming setup. It's going to be kind of a pain to set that up, move everything over. But yeah, talk to you later. Have a good